Regina King has long been admired for her strength, grace, and quiet dignity, but in recent years, those qualities have taken on even deeper meaning. As the acclaimed actor and director continues to navigate life after the devastating loss of her son, Ian Alexander Jr., she has increasingly opened up about the people who helped carry her through unimaginable grief. Among them, Regina King has publicly expressed heartfelt gratitude to Sasha and Malia Obama for the friendship they shared with her late son, a bond that, she says, brought him joy, grounding, and a sense of belonging during pivotal years of his life. Ian Alexander Jr., Regina King's only child, died in January 2022 at the age of 26. His death sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond, not only because of his young age, but because of the deep, visible bond he shared with his mother. Regina had often spoken about Ian as her greatest teacher, her biggest inspiration, and the person who reshaped her understanding of love, purpose, and growth. Losing him altered the course of her life in ways she has described as permanent, but not paralyzing. In the years since, Regina King has chosen to honor her son not through spectacle or oversharing, but through thoughtful reflection and intentional remembrance. Part of that remembrance includes acknowledging the relationships that mattered most to Ian, friendships that helped shape who he was and who he was becoming. Among those relationships were Sasha and Malia Obama, daughters of former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama. According to King, Ian's friendship with Sasha and Malia was rooted in mutual respect, shared values, and a desire for normalcy despite extraordinary family circumstances on all sides. Though all three grew up with public visibility hovering nearby, their bond was not about fame or status. It was about trust, laughter, and the rare comfort of being understood by peers who knew what it meant to live life under a spotlight. Regina King's acknowledgement of the Obama sisters also reflects her evolving relationship with public vulnerability. While she remains private by nature, she has increasingly used her platform to speak about loss in ways that are honest, but not performative. She has shared that grief is not something to get over, but something to carry, integrate, and live alongside. In interviews and public appearances, King has described how her son's death reshaped her priorities. Projects are now chosen with deeper intention. Time is valued differently. Relationships are cherished with greater urgency. Gratitude, once an abstract practice, has become a daily anchor. Thanking Sasha and Malia publicly was not about headlines, it was about acknowledging love where it existed. The response to King's words has been overwhelmingly supportive. Many parents, particularly those who have experienced loss, have resonated with her focus on honoring the people who loved their children well. In a culture that often rushes past grief or demands resilience on a rigid timeline, King's approach has felt refreshingly human. Her reflections have also opened up conversations about mental health, young adulthood, and the unseen pressures faced by children raised in high-profile families. While Regina King has been careful not to speculate or oversimplify her son's struggles, she has emphasized the importance of compassion, listening, and connection, values embodied in the friendships she continues to honor. Sasha and Malia Obama have not publicly commented on King's remarks, consistent with their preference for privacy. Still, the acknowledgement stands as a quiet testament to the impact of being a good friend, even when no one is watching. In moments of loss, it is often those behind-the-scenes relationships that leave the most lasting imprint. For Regina King, thanking Sasha and Malia is one way of keeping Ian's spirit present in her life. It is a reminder that her son was loved not only by his family. Regina King has spoken about how much those friendships meant to her as a mother. Knowing that her son was surrounded by thoughtful, grounded young people gave her peace, especially during times when Ian was finding his footing as a young adult. She has expressed deep appreciation for Sasha and Malia not only for being good friends, but for being kind, present, and emotionally supportive in ways that extended beyond typical social connections. What stands out most in Regina King's reflections is her emphasis on gratitude rather than loss. While grief remains an ever-present part of her life, She has been intentional about acknowledging moments of light, people who helped her son feel seen and valued. In thanking Sasha and Malia Obama, she has highlighted the quiet power of friendship, especially during young adulthood, when identity, pressure, and expectation often collide. As a parent who worked tirelessly to give her son autonomy and emotional agency, she valued relationships that allowed Ian to be himself without judgment. She has spoken candidly about raising Ian to think independently, feel deeply, and live authentically, principles that shaped his friendships and his worldview. In honoring Sasha and Malia, King has also subtly underscored a broader message about community and care. Grief does not exist in isolation, and neither does healing. The people who show up in a child's life, friends, mentors, chosen family, become part of a larger support system that parents often rely on more than they realize in the moment.